Most cat owners firmly believe that petting their feline friend on the head is the ultimate sign of pure affection and love. However, modern feline biology suggests that your innocent gesture might actually be triggering a survival response in their brain. We often assume they are enjoying the attention, but in reality, we might be crossing invisible boundaries of tolerance and safety. Your cat's head is not just a fuzzy surface, it is a sophisticated sensory command center packed with delicate nerve endings. One wrong move in this sensitive area can instantly turn a purring companion into a defensive, frightened, or aggressive animal. If you have ever wondered why your cat suddenly pulls away or bites during a cuddle session, this is the scientific reason why. You are likely making one of 10 specific mistakes that force your cat to reject your touch to protect their personal space. Understanding the anatomy behind these mistakes will change the way you interact with your pet for the rest of your life together. Here are the surprising scientific facts about petting your cat's head that you need to know before you ever touch them again. Mistake number 1 involves touching the adorable triangular ears that sit atop your cat's head like sophisticated radar dishes. While they look soft and inviting, the pinnae are actually one of the most sensitive and vascular parts of the entire feline body. They are packed with thousands of nerve endings designed to detect the faintest sounds of prey scurrying in the tall grass. When you rub or squeeze them, you are overstimulating these nerves and creating a sensation that can be intensely overwhelming. In the wild, protecting the ears is crucial for survival, so a touch here often triggers an instinctive and sharp defensive reflex. Even the most affectionate cat will often flick their ears or shake their head to get your hand away from this highly sensitive zone. Mistake number 2 is petting your cat's head against the natural direction of their fur growth, which is known as the grain. Each hair follicle on a cat's skin has a tiny muscle attached to it that allows the fur to stand up when they are alarmed or cold. Pushing the fur backwards goes against the alignment of these muscles and can actually cause physical pain or significant discomfort. It exposes the sensitive skin underneath to the air and makes them feel vulnerable rather than comforted by your heavy hand. Always glide your hand gently from the nose towards the back of the neck to mimic the soothing sensation of their mother's tongue. Mistake number 3 is moving your hand too quickly towards their face, which triggers a primal predator evasion response immediately. Cats have evolved to react instantly to fast-moving objects because in nature, speed usually equals danger or an incoming attack. When you swoop in fast to pat their head, their brain registers a threat before they even realize it is just you showing love. This causes a spike in cortisol, the stress hormone, which completely ruins the relaxation of the bonding moment you wanted. You must move in slow motion, allowing them to track your hand and understand that your intentions are peaceful and non-threatening. Mistake number 4 is using too much physical pressure, treating their delicate skull with the same force you would use on a dog. A cat's skeletal structure is much lighter and more fragile than a dog's, especially around the cranial and facial area. Heavy-handed petting can feel oppressive and threatening to a small animal that is also a prey species in the wild environment. They prefer a touch that is barely there, similar to the weight of a falling leaf, or another cat's gentle cheek rub greeting. If you press down, you are forcing them into a submissive position that makes them feel trapped, anxious, and unable to escape. Mistake number 5 is neglecting to introduce yourself properly before you even make the very first physical contact with them. Cats rely on scent as their primary language, and they need to identify you before they allow you into their personal space. Thrusting your hand onto their head without letting them sniff you first is considered extremely rude in feline social etiquette. You should always extend a relaxed finger at their nose level and wait for them to lean in and investigate your scent thoroughly. Only once they have rubbed their cheek against your finger do you have the green light to proceed with petting their head. Mistake number 6 is ignoring the subtle no signal when they duck their head away from your approaching hand or fingers. We often interpret this as them being shy or playing hard to get, so we chase their head with our hand to pet them anyway. However, ducking is a clear boundary-setting behavior that means I do not want to be touched right now. Please stop immediately. Persisting after this signal teaches your cat that their communication is ignored, which erodes their trust in you over time. Respecting their bodily autonomy by backing off immediately is the best way to make them feel safe and respected in your home. Mistake number 7 is the dangerous habit of restraining their head or holding it still while you try to kiss or pet them. This triggers immediate claustrophobia because a cat's primary defense mechanism is their ability to escape from danger quickly. When you remove their option to move their head, panic sets in, and they may lash out with claws to free themselves from your grip. You must always leave them an escape route and never force them to stay in a position that they did not choose freely themselves. True affection must be consensual, and a cat that feels trapped can never truly relax and enjoy your company or your touch. Mistake number 8 is accidentally or intentionally touching their whiskers while aiming for their soft cheeks or their chin. The whiskers, or vibrissae, are deeply embedded in the skin and connected to a rich blood supply and a complex nervous system. They are so sensitive that they can detect tiny changes in air currents, serving as a vital navigation tool in the dark. Touching them repeatedly can cause a condition known as whisker fatigue, which is a painful state of sensory information overload. It feels like a barrage of loud static noise to their brain, causing them to become irritable, agitated, or suddenly aggressive. Mistake number 9 is using a tapping or patting motion on their head instead of a smooth, continuous, and gentle stroke. This percussive motion is often used by dog owners, but cats generally find it annoying, startling, and completely unpleasant. Their skin is designed to respond to the gliding sensation of grooming, not the rhythmic impact of a human hand patting them. Each tap sends a small shockwave through their sensitive skull, which is the exact opposite of a soothing massage experience. Focus on long, fluid movements that mimic the sensation of another cat grooming them to release bonding hormones like oxytocin. Mistake number 10 is failing to recognize the signs of overstimulation, even when they seem to be purring and enjoying it. A cat can purr when they are stressed, and their tolerance for touch can vanish in a split second without any vocal warning. If you see their tail twitching, their skin rippling, or their pupils dilating, you must stop petting them immediately. Continuing past this threshold will result in a bite because their nervous system has flipped from pleasure to pain instantly. They are not being bipolar. They are suffering from a biological short circuit caused by too much sensory input to the brain. Now that we have covered the mistakes, let's talk about the specific sweet spots where your cat actually craves your touch. The glands that release calming pheromones are located on the cheeks, the chin, and the flat space right between the ears. Focusing your petting on these areas allows your cat to scent mark you, which makes them feel secure and in control of you. Gentle scratches under the chin mimic the allo-grooming behavior they would receive from their mother or a trusted sibling. Massaging the base of the ears, without touching the ear canal itself, can release tension held in the facial muscles. Always watch their body language closely. If they lean into your hand, it means you are hitting the right spot perfectly. If they freeze or their ears turn sideways, it means you need to stop and give them some space to reset their nervous system. Understanding these biological rules transforms petting from a potential stressor into a profound act of interspecies love. You create a safe environment where your cat knows their boundaries are respected and their biology is fully understood by you. This deep level of empathy allows your cat to relax completely, knowing they never have to defend themselves against your hand. The bond you share will deepen significantly when you learn to speak their silent language of touch, scent, and respect. Your cat is not just a pet to be fondled at your convenience. They are a sentient being with complex needs to be honored. The next time you reach for them, remember these 10 facts and watch how much more they lean into your hand with trust. Subscribe to our channel right now to unlock more life-changing secrets about the fascinating inner world of your feline friend.